Narad Bhakti Darshan. We were discussing Sutra number 39 and 41. Narad ji said that Guru is divine. Why? Because the divine power acts through the Guru. That is why Jesus Christ said, I and my Father are one. The basis on which he is saying is that the Father is acting through the Son. So that personality through whom God acts is the Guru. Now, how will you recognize a Guru? It is not so easy. We use external principles. This person, he doesn't eat grain, he only eats fruit, he is Phalahari Baba. So people say he's Phalahari Baba, he must be very elevated. This person does not even eat fruit, he only drinks milk, he is Dudahari Baba. So he must be senior than Phalahari Baba. This person, he doesn't wear clothes, he is Naga Baba. Oh, then he must be totally renounced. Because of our lack of understanding, we use these external parameters. This person does not touch money. Why? What will happen if he touches money? Is something going to go wrong in his heart? In that case, he is lower than the bank cashier who's taking VADs and throwing them in and out. In other words, we are using external parameters to recognize a saint. When we go to meet a saint, what do we see? Is he tall or is he short? Is he fat or is he thin? Is he fair or is he dark? What are you seeing? I am seeing Mahatma Ji. What is Mahatma? Mahan Atma. Not Mahan body. Mahan Atma, great soul. But you are seeing the body. So this is not the way of finding a saint. So Narad ji says, Durlabho gamyo moghascha. It is not so easy. Because God is working through that saint is doing the work of Jiva Kalyan, welfare of the souls. So he is acting like a worldly soul. Just like you have the detective, the police detective, when he has to catch the gang of dacoits. He goes into their midst like a dacoit. And he mingles with them, finds out all their secrets, and when the right time comes, then he gets them all caught. In this case, it is the reverse. We are already in the jail, in the material jail. So the saints, they come, they act like one of us, and they help us get out of this jail. So many saints, now how to do that welfare work? Each saint has their own way as inspired by God. There have been so many saints who were sannyasis, totally detached, and there were so many saints who were in household life. In fact, if you see the Indian tradition, there have been more saints in household life. Whether it was Mirabai, Guru Nanak, Kabir Das, Ravi Das, Sant Eknath, Sant Tukaram, Dhruv Prahlad, etc., they were doing their worldly duties like one of us. And internally, they were totally God realized. So how will we recognize them now? Prahlad is such a saint that God came for him at the age of 5. One of the 24 avatars is Nrsimha avatar. God manifested from that stone pillar So Prahlad is God realized, no doubt. However, when he grew up, he became a king. He got married and he had a child. Now, if we were there in Prahlad's time and somebody told us this Prahlad is God realized, really? Then why is he getting married? Why is he having a child? But the fact is, internally Prahlad is totally in God consciousness. Sudhanva was the son of Angira and Prahlad's son was Virochan. So they both, Virochan said, I am bigger than you. Sudhanva said, I am bigger than you. They laid a bet. If I am bigger, then your life is in my hands. He said, if I am bigger, then your life is in my hands. Now who will decide? So Virochan, Prahlad's son, he said, find somebody who's totally neutral, who can decide on this. Sudhanva said, your father will decide, Prahlad. Virochan said, my father? Then you will say that he's taken sides. How can the father give a judgment against his own son when the life is at stake? Sudhanva said, no, my father, sage Angira, he has said Prahlad can never do injustice. Never do injustice. Injustice comes where there is Maya, and Prahlad is beyond Maya. So they both went to Prahlad. Virochan said, Father, who is bigger, me or Sudhanva? Prahlad asked, why did this question arise? Virochan said, we've laid a bet. If I am bigger, then his life is in my hands. And if he is bigger, my life is in his hands. So Prahlad smiled. He said, all right, now hear the decision. You have been born in a demon's family, in a Rakshas kul, and he is the son of our Guru. He is bigger. So Prahlad gave the judgment and asked his guards, take my son Virochan and hang him. The whole assembly of Prahlad had big sages sitting. All of them are quiet because Prahlad can only do justice. He can never do injustice. So those guards, they took Virochan away to hang him. In the meantime, Sudhanva said, there is a second question. Are you bigger or am I bigger? Prahlad said, well, I am from a demon's family. You are bigger. You are Guru Putra. Sudhanva said, in that case, whatever I ask you to do, you will have to obey. Prahlad said, yes. Sudhanva said, release your son. Prahlad said, release him. The way he said, hang him, the same way he said, release him. You should have felt some lamentation that he is going to die, some rejoicing that his life has been saved. No, Prahlad is totally indifferent. This beta, beti, son, daughter, etc. are made only from the outside. So just like God, he comes in this world and does leelas or pastimes. Similarly, the saints as well. Because God is acting through them, so they are also doing a leela. And whatever they are doing is for our benefit. That is why we are not to copy the God-realized saints. Sometimes we say, the saint is sitting so comfortably in air condition, let me also copy him. This principle of copying is not done even in the world. You never try and copy somebody who is in a higher category. Like, for example, Shankarji. He drank the ocean of poison and he became Neelkant. Can you think of copying him? You cannot do rehearsal even with 2 ounces of arsenic. Where is the question of copying? There is one acrobat in the circus. He walks on a rope 80 feet high without any support. He places on his head 1 saucer, 1 cup, 1 saucer, 1 cup, 1 saucer, 1 cup. And he's walking along. People purchase tickets to go and see him. Now one strong person, he says, this acrobat, he cannot even withstand 1 slap of mine. If he can do it, why can I not do it? So he said, I will also go and try. He tied a rope between his balcony and the balcony of the other skyscraper on the other side. This much of copying he could do. After that, when he tried to walk without any support, he fell headlong. The acrobat said, when did I say that you copy what I am doing? I reached this state after a decade of practice. So you cannot copy the higher category. There was once a teacher. He taught his students. He said, Yad yad acharati shreshthas tatta deve taro jana. Quoting from the Bhagavad Gita. What the great people do, the others should copy. The great people, they lead, they establish the path for the others. So one of the students was of sharp mind. He said, let me copy the teacher himself. The next day, before the teacher arrived in class, he went and sat on the teacher's chair to copy the teacher. When the teacher entered, this boy, he said, go and sit down there. The teacher was shocked. What's going on? Nevertheless, he played along and he went and sat down on the student's bench. He asked the other student, what's going on? That student said, sir, you had said that what great people do, others should follow, others should copy, so he is copying you. The teacher said, oh, I see. He raised his hand. That student who was sitting on the teacher's seat, he said, sir, I have a question for you. Now the student got scared. How will I answer the question of my teacher? So he apologized. The teacher said, why did you do this? The student said, you taught me yesterday that we should copy the great people, so I am copying you. The teacher said, if you are copying me, then answer my question. How can I do that? Then where are you copying me? So the student said, how was I supposed to copy you? The teacher said, this you should have asked earlier. What I meant was that how stage by stage by stage, I passed one grade after another grade after another grade, and finally I did my undergrad, then graduation, and then I finally attained the PhD, and then I got this seat. You are supposed to copy that path, not what I am doing today. Similarly, Mahajano yena gata sapantha. The path by which somebody became a saint, we are supposed to copy that path and not what they are doing today. The saints have to do different kinds of behaviors for the elevation of different kinds of souls. Sri Krishna himself, for the ordinary souls, he spoken the Bhagavad Gita. And then there are higher and higher and higher pastimes. Now we are not to copy any of his pastimes. The message that he has spoken to us for our category, that is graspable by us. And that is what we are supposed to be doing. There are different categories of sadhana or spiritual practice. There is one person who takes the rosary bead and he takes the name of God. There's another person who has now rejected the rosary bead. He's taking the name of God without it. There's another person who's not even taking the name of God. He's feeling God's presence. Now there are all different categories. Guru Nanak, when he went to the Kaaba, he placed his feet towards the Kaaba and went to sleep. So the mullahs out there got really annoyed. Who is this fakir who has come from Hindustan and he's placing his feet towards Allah? So when all this pandemonium took place, Guru Nanak woke up. He said, "What's the matter?" They said, "You have insulted Allah. You have placed your feet towards him." Guru Nanak said, "I am sorry. I did not know. I am new to this place. I did not know that Allah is in this direction. You do one thing. The direction in which Allah is not, you place my feet in that direction." So in anger, they lifted his feet and threw them on the other side. And they found the Kaaba has shifted there. Again, they lifted his feet and threw them the other side. They found the Kaaba has shifted there. When they did this 4 or 5 times, they were shocked. And they looked in bewilderment at Guru Nanak. He said, "I am seeing Allah everywhere. If you are seeing him only in one place, what can I do?" That was his realization. But you think we can prematurely copy that realization? That you go to the temple of Sri Krishna and you place your feet to Sri Krishna and go to sleep? That will be considered an offense because we are not yet seeing Sri Krishna everywhere. So we have to go according to our category. And the saints, for the welfare of all different souls, they do different kinds of activities. And they give instructions to us. So the instructions that are for our category, we are to grasp those instructions.